hello. How is everyone? Oh. The music's still playing. Hello. Hi everyone. I hope y'all all had a good day. It's Thursday. Oh my gosh. It doesn't feel like Thursday. Did anyone else have like a really, I don't know, today's workday felt like it dragged, which I feel like Fridays are always the one that drag, you know? At least for me personally. Because like Friday you're kind of like looking, you know, you're like, oh, I just want to, I want my day to end. I want my weekend to start. But I still have one more day. I don't know what happened. But yeah, today I felt like a Friday. In fact, when I was setting up stream and everything, I was like, wait, it kind of feels, do I have stream today? Hi Grim, hi Colin, hi Rectangle, how are you? Hello. How is everyone? But yeah, I don't know. It feels like Friday. I have exciting plans too for Friday. Maybe that's why I'm thinking it's Friday. And by exciting plans, I mean I have 10 volume or like a big stack of manga volumes to read through, and I'm very excited for it. Your Friday's really gonna drag? Yeah, I think my Friday might, we'll see. I'm working on something really exciting tomorrow, which I thought was today. Well, I kind of worked on it today. Towards the end of the day, it didn't drag as much because I was working on something really interesting. So I'm gonna be working on it tomorrow too, so that should help. That should help make the day drag less, but we'll see, you know? He's got back from exercise. I was not very good today about exercise. Instead of, I usually do like an hour and a half walk in the morning. Instead of doing that, I stayed in bed and slept because it was cold. So I probably after stream, I'll have to go on a walk. You got mini pancakes, but you haven't eaten them yet? Are those like the little frozen pancakes that you heat up? I've had those before. I have waffles though right now in my freezer. We're working through. We shop at Costco like once every couple months, and for some reason while we were there, usually we get things that like make sense, like I don't know, like a big bag of rice or something like that, right? And for some reason when we were there, like a couple trips ago, we decided to get like a box of waffles. And when you get a box of waffles at Costco, it's like industrial scale, you know? So now we have like. We didn't just have, like, I don't know, what is it in comes to box, like 12? We had, like, 60 or something waffles, so we're slowly walking through them, or, like, working through them, because we realized we don't eat waffles that much. we just don't. I don't know. So, yeah, we underestimated the waffles, and I don't want to waste them, and they'll last forever in the freezer, so it might take us a year or two, but we'll get through them, you know? Hi, Night. What are we yapping about? I don't know. We'll see where it goes. I kind of, in my head, was like, I don't know. And we'll just test it out. I wanted to try it. If it doesn't go well, you know, stream will end when I run out of things to talk about. So it could be a quick stream. Could be a long stream. We'll find out. You know, I suppose we'll find out how boring I am. Oh, they're refrigerated. I think I've seen those. I've never gotten them before because I always get the frozen ones. But I have seen just refrigerated ones. Powdery when eaten cold. Is that because do they have like powdered sugar on top? I know that's really popular. I found out a lot of people like to put peanut butter on their like pancakes and waffles. Super. I don't get it. I like butter and syrup. Oh, hi Shiro. Hello. Yeah, I like butter and syrup on my, and I prefer waffles to pancakes because I like when waffles get the little like, you know, like the pockets. You know what I'm talking about? The maple syrup pockets? That's what I like. You have your first ever proper D&D. Oh my gosh! Wait, sorry. Whenever people talk about D&D, I get really excited. Because y'all know I've been on a never-ending, like, quest to be in a D&D group. That's, like, a goal of mine. Wait, what's your character? Oh my gosh. Wait, sorry. I get so excited. All the times I've tried to be in, and by all the times I mean the one time, ended in catastrophic failure. I've told you all about my horrible D&D experience, but I want to believe I can have a better one. I want to believe I can have a better D&D experience than the absolute train wreck of a D&D session I had once. So, yeah, I think like I said, I would probably be like a sneaky thief so that I could go off and like scout ahead and, you know, always be the first one to find out what's happening. I like surprises, but I like figuring out the surprise before the surprise happens. So I kind of like the idea of like getting to find out the surprise before the rest of the party, you know. Your grandpa puts peanut butter on his pizza. Oh, I mean, I've never tried it, so I feel like I can't knock it. But like, you know, they say like don't knock it till you tried it. But I just don't like peanut butter, so I don't think I'd like it. As a European, you hear peanut butter on pancakes and feel very offended. What is appropriate as a European for pancakes? Because I don't know, syrup, butter and syrup is like you know, thumbs up for me. Other than that, I'm kind of like, I'm okay with whatever. Well, no, butter and syrup. that's my. I mean, because I was thinking like maybe jam, but no, not even jam. You know. When you say small, you mean like what? Yeah, like the little. I know what you're talking about the ones that like they're like little coin pancakes, very small. Anything you want on a pancake, except apparently peanut butter. Peanut butter is offensive, so I've heard from European. You will always forever the DM, so you got sick of D&D because after a while it just felt like work. Being a DM seems extremely intimidating. I've told y'all I want to figure out how to do a stream where I'm the DM. And I, like, let y'all control characters. Like, I kind of lead y'all through a... through, like, a D&D story. I think it'd be pretty fun. I think everyone would be, like, on board, you know? I think everyone would, like, play and have fun. So I think it'd be pretty cool. As long as, like, people don't sabotage the campaign, it could be a really fun time. So I would need to figure out how to set that up. Because, I mean, who knows if I'd be a good DM, but you won't know till you try, right? Pro tip, don't die. Yeah, keep your character alive is the general goal. Thing is, European pancakes are not American pancakes. European pancakes are flatter. What? European pancakes. Oh, it's a crepe. Isn't that a crepe? 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 It's a... Yeah, it's okay. Okay, That's like... You can, like, put meat and stuff in it, right? It's like you can, like make a savory pancake. That sounds good. He'd cause chaos. Okay, Knight's not allowed to control a character in the campaign. What's that? Apple, raisins, bacon, ice cream, sprinkles, Nutella. Oh. Yeah, well, see, it makes more sense to me now that, like... I'm seeing what the pancake looks like. Yeah, with a pancake that thin, you can, like, roll it. It's like a tortilla. It's like a tortilla. You can put whatever you want in it. That makes no sense to me. I feel like fluffy, you know, like fluffy American pancakes. Oh my gosh, have you ever tried to make a Japanese fluffy pancake? It's like, I've tried making it before. You need like a ring mold for it. It's really fun though. You get to jiggle it afterwards. You like poke it. Be like poke. We should make pancakes. Let's make like pancakes from around the world on stream. That would be fun. Oh yeah, Nutella's borking. She hears me chatting. The trick to being a DM is having 10 websites with random name generators open. I'm told I have terrible naming skills. So, although I think I did pretty good with my username. I think Fury's a pretty good username, wouldn't you say? Yeah, you like roll up the pancakes. Exactly. Used to make PB&J sandwiches using waffles as the bread. I'm thinking about it. PB&J. Well, I don't like peanut butter, but I like jelly sandwiches. Maybe I tried jelly and waffles. I don't know. Maybe I'll get some jelly from the store this weekend. See if I can get through the waffles that way. I don't like sweet breakfasts, though. That's a big problem for me. I like savory breakfasts. So, in fact, my breakfast for the past 2 weeks has been I've made a little bit of rice, like maybe like a third a cup of rice, and then I'll make some miso soup and cut up some zucchini. And I'll saute the zucchini, and then I'll pour the miso soup in it, so it's like a, you know, like broth with vegetable. And then I'll pour that over the rice, and that's been my breakfast. And it's really good, actually. It's like, it's so savory and nice. I really like it. Sometimes I'll have, like, egg over rice. Sometimes I'll have, like, breakfast tacos. But, yeah, I don't like sweet breakfasts at all. Depends on the pancake. Dutch pancakes are slightly thicker than crepes, but you can still roll them up. Really? I thought they were, like... You know what I'm talking about? Like Dutch babies that are in like the pan, right? Dutch pancakes. I thought there was like, yeah, oven-baked Dutch baby pancakes. Oh, I've never had them outside the pan before. You can take them out of the pan and roll them? Wait, that's so cool. I've only ever like been given them in the pan. Are the small ones. Poffertages. Poffertages? Wait, how do you pronounce that? Oh, it's pronounced poffertages. Poffertages. Oh, they're like puffy. That's cute. Pretty close. I got it. I'm learning Dutch apparently. I got a new book to study Japanese because I hung out with some friends over the weekend. And one of them, she was like talking about how she was learning Japanese, and it was like very motivating to me. She's like, you know, studying really hard and talking about all the things she learned, and it's like, man, I want to put that much effort into anything in my life. So I got a book to study some Japanese. It'll come in on Saturday. I'm excited. Crepes is a good generals. Yeah, I've always wanted to try a crepe, but I've never had an opportunity to. So I get excited whenever people talk about crepes. No, I actually had a crepe. I visited San Francisco, and they had a pier, and on that pier they had sea lions and crepes. I remember this. I had a crepe. It was like Nutella and banana crepe, and then I went and watched the seals for like a long time. It was really cool. They were stinky. They're very stinky, and they had like these big platforms that they would hang out on, and they would just lay there and then push each other off, or like one of them, they're the ones that like, you know, they're on the water, and then you like, it's just like a big wooden platform on the water that's not stabilized or anything, and so one would like try to climb up it, and then it would pull the platform, you know, like over the water, like tip it, and then all of the seals would like go sliding down, and they'd get all grumpy and huffy, and then that like one sea lion would just like embarrassed, you know, kind of like climb up onto the like platform and hang out there and just pretend like he wasn't the one that just ruined like 30 sea lions sleep. It was so funny. I loved it. I want to go back just to watch them. If I'm ever back in San Francisco, there wasn't like a lot. There was like a lot to do, but also not a lot to do, if that makes sense. It's like there's so much to do that there's nothing to do. You know, you need like a balance. When you're in a place with too many things to do, it's almost like I'm overloaded and I don't want to do anything. But I would go back for the sea lions. Jelly-filled are my favorite. Oh, yeah, that's when Brock says that, and they didn't change the picture. They changed, like, the English dub so that people would understand because they thought they wouldn't know what, like, an onigiri was, but he said donut. That was, yeah, I remember that as a kid. I like when he's like, I'll turn this frying pan into a drying pan. Iconic. What about waffles? We're talking about waffles and pancakes and pofferjays and Dutch babies pancakes. The Dutch baby pancakes. Basically, we're talking about all things thin. Would you call it a dough? I suppose a dough of sorts that you know, fry and cook up, and it's all tasty, and you put ingredients in it. Nihongo Josu. Yeah, I just want to learn. I want to learn. And then I can get, like, really inexpensive manga in Japanese. And then, you know, I just ordered more manga today. I'm out of control. I have no balance in my life, and I'm out of control. But I'm excited. Baby pancakes are a different thing. The previous pronunciation was more accurate. No! I'll get there. One day I'll pronounce correctly, you know. Yeah, the sea lions. They're, what are the San Francisco, what are they called? San Francisco Pier 39. Yeah, sea lions. I recommend going. Look up the, like, Pier 39 San Francisco sea lions. You'll see, they just hang out there. They're so cute. There's, like, hundreds of them. But it's like, very crowded because everyone wants to see them. And so you kind of, like, either you have to be pushy or you have to be patient. I felt on the patient side. I was just eating my crepe patiently, waiting for a spot to open. Luckily I'm short, so, like, people don't really mind if I get in front of them because they can just see over me. And And I just sat there and watched for a long time. You know? Yes. Hi, Juan! Have you seen the sea lions in San Francisco? The pier sea lions? Have you seen them? They're stinky, though. They're stinky. They're stinky. You gotta be okay with, you know, stinky, but they're cute. Yeah, exactly. They lay all over the place. Oh my gosh, yeah, you've seen them. I figured, you know, yeah. Oh, they're so cute. I love them. I want to go back. I don't want to go back, but I want to go back. I want to go back to, like, experience the sea lions. I don't know. There was a puzzle store there that was really cool on that pier. They sold, like, do y'all remember when I did the wooden hand puzzle stream? The store sells those wooden hand puzzles. So that was really cool. And they had a, like, amusement, what do you call it? Like a fun mirror, like, maze. That was pretty cool. Like, the mirror maze, you know? I liked it. But I mostly liked the sea lions. I kept going back to the sea lions. And they have a candy store right next to the sea lions, so you can, like, grab some candy, watch the sea lions, go back, get some more candy, watch the sea lions. Most of my time on that pier was spent eating. There was lemonade that was really good on that pier. The crepes were really good on that pier. There was a candy store that had some pretty good selection on the pier. I don't remember what else. There was other things, but that's what I cared about. By the way, I don't remember if I told you this, but if you're learning Dutch, you should learn the word... Am I going to say something bad? You're not going to have me say something bad on stream by pronounce... Let me look up what it means first. Wait, how do I copy someone's chat in my own chat? If I click on something, all it wants me to do is, like, ban them. There we go. Okay. Meaning. It means Easter Bunny pubic hair collector. What does that even mean? What? Easter Bunny pubic hair collector? What? I mean, that's not like horrible. I'm not saying like a horrible thing. Wait, let me try to pronounce it. Harverzamalar. Okay, I think I did that pretty well. Oh, it's not a cozy word. Uh-oh. No, I should have read that first. Oh, you did pretty well! Yay! That's good. She sells by the seashore. I'm actually really bad at tongue twisters. You seen them in a closer beach where I'm from? Oh, yeah. I bet, like, Pier 39 is the touristy one. And if you're not a tourist, you can just, like, see them chill, you know? If you ever want to try clams, it's a good place to try. Oh, oyster. They're, like, those oysters scare me. They're slimy when you, like, drink them. I don't really like seafood. Actually, it's really a bummer when I go to places that have really good seafood because I can't try it. Maybe I should be brave, but I can't. But I should be. I should be better about it. Seafood is so good for your health. There's so many really good nutrients in seafood, and I have to take, like, supplements instead to, like, make up for not eating seafood. So it's kind of a bummer. But perhaps I should be better about it. I've tried, like, drowning fish sticks in ketchup to survive. It didn't work pretty well, except for the first part where you said pa shars instead of pas has. Oh, I added an R, pas has. But the verbs are minimal. Yay! I mean, at least parts. Maybe I should learn Dutch. Maybe I have like a skill. Maybe I have a skill for it. You're carrying your team. Oh my gosh, good luck night. Wait, what game are you playing? Are you carrying? Valorant? I feel you're watching Washington get demolished by the Green Bay. It's not the Colts. The Colts aren't playing. I know what team's playing. I had a teacher in high school that was really into Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers, right? From Wisconsin. I remember that. They wear the cheese hats. See, I know a couple sports. I know a couple things about sports. I think, yeah, like, I know a lot of, like, German. They have really funny, like, they combine a lot of words together into one. It's kind of interesting. I don't know how you keep up with it. English is, like, I say English is easy to learn because it's my native language, but I do think English and Spanish are pretty easy to learn. But a lot of other languages scare me. They're intimidating. Of all the words to teach, can we teach me like nice words in Dutch? You know, maybe that I can say like, hello, hi, my name is Viri, you know? Seafood is complicated. Yeah, it can be like hard to find good seafood. I don't actually know that if that's true. I just know a lot of people are like, this seafood isn't fresh, I can tell, you know? You used to like seafood more till you found out how dangerous shellfish are. Wait, are shellfish dangerous? It's hard to say shellfish. Shellfish. Are they dangerous? I mean, I know like if you have a shellfish allergy, it's dangerous. But oh, the Colts play on Sunday. Good luck, Colts. I'm rooting for y'all. I don't know who y'all are playing against. Y'all could be playing against someone that I should be rooting for more. I technically have my like university I went to college with for like football, but I mean I don't pay attention to that sort of thing, so I don't really care whether they're good or bad. It didn't impact me over in like the science department. Dutch has that too. You can make a 150 letter word pretty easy. Ik heet Viri or Ik ben. Wait, I know Ik ben Viri. I've heard of Ik ben before. Does that mean I am Viri? Wait, that's so cool. Ik ben. I know that. There are like a lot of illnesses and parasites that shellfish can carry. All I know is like tuna has mercury. A lot of like seafood in general, I think, right, tends to like have higher concentrations of like mercury in it. I mean, it's not bad in like small doses, but obviously as you like compound it, it can be worse. But I mean, I don't know the like how much you have to consume for it to actually impact you in a meaningful way. Pretty simple tongue twister is Irish wristwatch. Oh, that's hard. Oh, you like seafood? I just wish I could like it. It's so good for you. Obviously in like moderation and stuff because you know like mercury and all that, but like it's so good for you. There's so many like omega something. I don't know. I take a supplement for like all the nutrients I don't get from eating seafood, so. We made some lemon garlic shrimp. Ooh. I made a lemon garlic pasta. Lemon garlic chicken would be really good. You're still doing you're going strong on your meal prep still? I haven't seen I should send pictures. I want to see pictures of your meal prep. Now I want to make lemon, maybe I'll make how bad would it be to make like late night lemon garlic pasta noodles? Would that be a little perhaps irresponsible of me to I usually don't eat anything after like 5 o'clock, so it might be a little irresponsible. But if you ask Nicey to teach you how to say you are short in Dutch, how about to say I am tall? I would like to learn how to say I am tall. You're an adult. Yeah, but you know, you go to bed with your stomach all heavy, and then you're like, blah, blah. I don't know if y'all are like that. Where it's like you go to bed and your stomach's hungry, or your stomach's too like heavy, and then you like stay up all. Although if I stay up all night, then I could read. And like it's Friday tomorrow, and how many of us are like on our A game on a Friday anyways at work, right? So I could probably get away with it. And I have my schedule. I blocked out my calendar all 8 hours busy because I'm working on a prototype of doing some like development stuff for like a prototype. And you know, like when you're working on stuff that's like super like open-ended, if that makes sense. You like you can just like crunch it out, you know, you can just like focus and like do the whole thing. You're like testing different stuff to see what works and what doesn't. You need your 8-hour block. So I don't need a lot of sleep for that. I feel like a little bit of sleep deprivation kind of motivates you, if that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. I don't know. Maybe one you can relate to this. But a little sleep deprivation when you code kind of makes you lock in. Omega-3! You consume the mercury. Oh no. YouTube's out to get me. Your ranked team is every once in a while, every like 10 games or so, I think it's a conspiracy theory, like ranked games give you a really good team just to like pull you in. They got to give you a little like hit of the fun so that you're like, I need more of this, you know? They got to keep like the like ranked play addiction going. So they like intentionally give you one good team out of like every like 10 or so games just to make you like, no, next one will be better. I could get another one. And then you'll keep going, and then you'll be like kind of demoralized, not want to play anymore, and then they'll be like, oh no, he's gonna quit soon. So they'll like give you another really solid team, and you'll like, get that adrenaline high from the win again, and then they cycle you that way. Oh, you can get from walnuts. I use walnuts when I make pesto. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll get it from that actually, because I like pesto a lot. And I like growing basil. Lemon garlic. It sounds really good, right? It's all garlicky and lemony and And then I have some breaded chicken that I can put in the air fryer just to have like a couple pieces of chicken. Late night meals are they're like a nice. You're right. I'm an adult. Let's do something irresponsible after stream. I'll send y'all a picture. I'm gonna do something irresponsible. I'm gonna make some pasta. Although I don't think I have Parmesan cheese, so that might be a little sad. Lemon at night. It'll be great. We're gonna be irresponsible Thursday night adults. Everyone should join me and make some late night snack. You gotta be like 6'10" if you want to say you're tall. 6'10" is beyond tall. To be clear, y'all, if you're like 5'5", 5'5" I think you're tall. Like, that's tall for me. That's like almost too tall. Like it's like painful. I have like this metric, and if I have to like strain my neck to talk to you, it's too tall. I need like a stool or something to talk to you so my neck doesn't start hurting. Activists have some crazy patents about intentionally giving you good, bad teams. Wait, I need to look at those. My conspiracy theory is actually correct. They give you easy opponents after you spend a microtransaction to make sure you feel good. Wait, I actually love that. That's hilarious. Wait, what about breakfast, second breakfast, 11C's lunch, afternoon? I'm breaking one rule. The rule, but it's okay. It's a food rule. I think food rules are meant to be broken, right? Just like one time I was baking a cake and I didn't have milk, but I had orange juice, and I was like, oh, yeah, I can probably substitute this. Let's see what happens. And so I substituted 1-for-1 milk to orange juice, and it was the most foul cake I have ever made in my entire life. I served that to people. I did not tell them what I'd done. And everyone's like, I'm a pretty, like, nice, bubbly, like, person, like, in person. So, like, when things like this happen where I'm, like, I get excited, I'm like, oh my gosh, y'all, I made y'all a cake, great. I'm really excited to share it. No one really wants to be the person that tells me that the cake is trash, right? So I, in my head, was, like, thinking, oh my gosh, I nailed this cake. Everyone's eating it. They're so happy. Like, oh, I could just use orange juice as a substitute from now on. No, and then I tried a bite when I got home, and it was, like, really dense, but also mushy and, like, really hard to get through. The texture was almost like rubber. It was bad. Don't substitute milk for orange juice when you're making a cake. But I got away with it. Everyone said it was great, so that's all that matters. You're what? 6'3", 5'6", 6'6"? Oh, 5'6". Yeah, 5'6" is just tall. 5'6" is tall. 6'3" is beyond tall. That's not average. That's beyond tall. That's like extraordinarily tall. Used to be taller than you. Oh, interesting. I don't know. He got taller? Is it my permanent record? No! I'm pretty sure I went straight to culinary jail for the orange juice cake, but There's just one problem. You played 21 ranked matches and you won all of them. You're the like person the game keeps giving like the good player on the team so the people are happy. He's playing in every bar in town. But, like, the thing is, it's kind of like your comfort band. You go on a Thursday night, you see them having fun, and you're like, you're kind of jamming, right? Hi, Andrew. How's the yapping going? Surprisingly well. I'm small. No, okay, to be clear, let me set some ground rules here. 5 foot tall is average. I don't care what the rest of the world says. In my stream, in my make-believe world where my safe little stream, 5 foot tall is tall. It's a good height, It's not like so I have to have a step stool in every like area of my house so that I can reach things. No. 5 foot normal height. Anything above that, tall. Too tall. Anything over 5'5", way too tall. Way too tall. You know? 5'3". You're still taller than me. You're tall, Colin. You're tall. Everyone is tall. Everyone is tall here. No, it's average on this stream. Average. My foot is average. Oh my gosh. I'm the Kobe. I'm not playing. I actually have a character in an MMO called Actual Veery Height, and it's like a short character. 5'6" is tall. It is tall! I think it's tall. I truly believe 5'6" is tall. Like, in my world, it is. Look, are y'all familiar with top loader washing machines? You know, the washing machines where you have to, like, put your clothes over the top? My house came with one of those. I had to get, like, a regular step stool wasn't enough. Okay, so I can't reach into it. I can't, like, get the clothes out of it. And a regular step stool wasn't enough for me. I had to get, like, an extra tall step stool so that I can reach in to get the clothes. I was like, this hurts my pride. But, I mean, you know, I want to be able to... I also, when I was, like, looking at houses and stuff, I vetoed houses because there was too many cabinets in the kitchen, and I knew I wouldn't be able to reach them, and so they just go unused. And so I, like, any kitchens that didn't have a lot of, like, lower cabinet space had to be vetoed, because like, I can't reach them. Like, it's just wasted kitchen. You know? Oh, jeez. Average for small. Average, 5 foot is acceptable. It's one of those, like, when I put on shoes, I get taller situations. Like regular tennis shoes, and I see the world differently. 5 foot short? No, 5 foot tall! Wait, that actually hurts. Oh. Is 6 foot tall tight? No, actually, like, walking... it's actually very interesting going to different parts of the country. Because, like... regionally, there's different height averages, right? And I grew up in an area where, like, regionally, there wasn't a lot of people that were 6 foot tall or higher, or, like, taller. And so when I went to another part of the country for university, I was shell-shocked. And everyone would look at me, and they'd be like, why are you here? They thought I wasn't in college! And then... okay, let me tell y'all even worse. So, when I started my first job, they always have, like, take your kids to work day, right? And I worked for, like, a large company, so it was like a large site. And so it's not like everyone knew each other, right? Not everyone, like, knew who I was. And so on the first year of take your kids to work day, I came in, and they were like, oh, where's your parent? The kids go over here. And I showed my, like, work badge. I was like, no, I work here. Like, I have a job. Like, oh, are you like an intern? Like, what? That's kind of, we don't usually have interns this time of year. I was like, no, I work, I have a career. I have a job. I'm not in college. This is my full-time gig. And they were like, are you sure? I was like, yes, I've been here for like 6 months. And then I went over to my area where I, like, worked, and every time I went outside of my, like, area of my office, people kept asking me, they were like, oh, where's your name tag? Like, where's your parent? And I was like, no, I had to explain the whole day. I was like, I work here. And so then the next year, I told my manager, I was like, dude, I'm sorry, but, like, I'm working from home. On the next, like, 3 take your kids to work day, every single year, I just work from home. I was like, it's not, I can't go through that. Like, not only, my pride was not just in shambles, it was, like, broken on the floor. It was like, can you imagine going, yeah, I got roasted. Like, the whole day was just being roasted. And it's like, not only am I short, like, okay, now that I'm older, right, I'm like, oh, it's so great, you know, I still have, like, I look very youthful. But when you're, like, 21 years old in your first career, and you have everyone telling you, like, where's your parent? That hurts. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, thank goodness I look young. Like, no one thinks I'm my age, right? Like, no one thinks I'm, like 30. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, you look like you're still like 20, So I'm like, oh, thank you, I eat it up now, but oh my gosh, when I was young, it was the worst. Good night, night. Who let this kid into college? I didn't belong. Oh my gosh, the shortest was 5'7". 5'7" is so tall. In my world, 5'7" is so tall. I just can't process that. Becoming taller these days. Are teenagers becoming taller? I haven't seen a lot of, like, teenagers. Do I have a baby face? I don't know if I would call it baby face. I have a youthful face. Let's call it that. I don't know. I don't, like, I feel like I get confused, like, like, younger, but I don't want to say baby face. My pride wouldn't accept that, but I have a youthful face. That makes me feel better. Figured everybody got over that in uni, where there's usually at least someone who's way out of the age bracket. I had a lot of people at uni that were older. I was on the younger side when I went to uni, just because of, like, the nature of my, when my birthday is and stuff. But yeah, I was usually the one on the younger end. But not, like, super young. I went to, when I was touring different universities, I remember specifically, I did, like, a week summer tour, like, college tour, because they were recruiting me at MIT. And when I was sitting in on one of the lectures, there was a kid there that was, like, 10. And I was like, what? This kid's 10? And then all the like, like, student ambassadors that were, like, showing us the university and stuff were like, yeah, he's, like, the smartest kid in class. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't belong here. This is not the university for me. I mean, there was a lot of other reasons I didn't pick it. But, like, I remember that specifically. I was like, dude, that ain't it for me. Am I lost? No! Yeah, they did. I did get that a lot. I specifically, keep an aloe plant in my kitchen just for the emotional damage whenever someone makes fun of my height, actually. Yeah, I've never been mistaken for older, which I definitely, now that I'm getting older, I appreciate that. Like, still getting ID'd and stuff. That's like, I'm like, oh yeah, of course you can see my ID, Like, now I'm like, oh yeah, But before I was like, You think, what's that? You have a few 24 to 26-year-olds older than most graduates? Yeah, I usually university, so like older, for sure. Older is what I was used to. One of my lab partners was like 40. His workplace had laid him off, but as part of the layoff package, they paid for him to go back to university and, like, get a different degree to, like, basically relearn. This was a while ago when, like, companies did stuff like that. Layoffs weren't, like, brutal, like, depressing affairs. And companies actually really felt bad for doing that. So, yeah, he was like, yeah, just here at college for free, fully paid for. I was like, dude, like, oh my gosh, the dream. But he was really chill. He wasn't good at it, but he tried his best, and that was all that mattered. All you need in a lab partner is, like, people who try, I don't need you to understand what's going on. That's fine. I can explain that. But I just need you to try and not, like, just, like, fart around in the lab and not take it seriously. So I actually really liked him as a lab partner because he was very diligent and he was very open to, like, learning and paying attention and, like, working through things. So I really enjoyed him as a lab partner. 10 out of 10 would have as a lab partner again. How many PhDs does that kid have? Yeah, I know. I wish I had, like, found out. I wonder where he is now. It'd actually be really interesting to find out where he is now. What if they ask for driver's license instead of ID? So in the United States, if you don't have a driver's license, you can have, like, a state ID. That's what I carry, is a state ID. I have, because y'all know I've like moved to a lot of different states. I've lived in a lot of states because, I've had a lot of jobs. And some states get really confused about the concept of someone my age not having a license, and they just give me a license because they're, like, confused in their system about that, and they're like, oh, it must be something wrong. And I've had this before where I've gone to, like, get a new license for a new state, and I've been like, no, I can't legally have this. I've never taken a test. I've never passed a driving test. You can't give me this license. That's against the rules, right? And everyone I tell this are like, you should have just take the license, free license, you know? I'm like, no, it's not okay. I can't drive a car. Like, it's not allowed. And this is technically illegal. But yeah, I've had multiple states try to give me driver's licenses. Like, no validation or anything. They're like, surely you have a license. I'm like, no, like, can you give me a state ID? And they're like, but you have a license, right? Then why don't you want a license? I'm like, no, I don't. They're like, but you're, you know, this, hey, how do you not? I'm like, I can't drive. Like, you don't want me on the road. You don't. It's for the better of everyone. And so, yeah, I've had to, like, go before, because some states mail you the card. And so I've had to go back before and, like, get it fixed, which is a nightmare to try to explain. Anyone who ever has been to, like, some sort of state's DMV equivalent knows that it's kind of, like, the most miserable place you've ever been. So I just saying it. Very I just love following the rules. I live my life following the rules, and it makes me so happy. It just brings joy to my face to think about following the rules. I'm kind of boring. Y'all don't need licenses? Yeah, you definitely need licenses. For driving around here. Technically, I mean, I'm sure there's at least, I wouldn't be surprised to find out 5 to 10% of drivers on the road in the United States don't have a license, because people are very entitled and think that they don't, you know, they can just be on the road. But majority, the rule is license if you want to drive. You can get permits, so you can have someone, like, teaching you how to drive, but you have to have someone who has a license in the car with you. Being 40 and you're, of course, not being available as evening class is hard. Actually, interesting, that lab partner I had, so he had a kid, like a baby, and some lectures he would come in the back with his, like, kid because he was taking care of him, and yeah, he'd just, like, have his kid in the back during lecture. Very, very chill baby. I was very impressed by it. But yeah, my professor was like, yeah, whatever, you're just here to learn. But yeah, so sometimes, like, he managed to, like, balance his life with lectures. It was pretty chill. What about you make a business card about your age instead of retailing? Yeah, maybe I should just, like, have a card explaining all the information, you know, have the paperwork there. Like, no, really, I've had this story a million times. Like, just have it prepped. Have a like, presentation. Taking you'll have one. No! We must follow the rules. For also being unable to drive. Yeah, you can definitely make fun of me for not being able to drive. I can't drive. I have taken the driving test multiple times in multiple states. And every state, this is something I find very interesting. Every state has different rules about, like has a different test, you know? Some, like, are really care about, like, parallel parking, or some really care about, like, being able to drive through a certain, like, neighborhood. Like, they all have different things. So I've taken the test many different ways. And it's not so much that I'm a bad driver. I would say I'm very diligent. The problem is I have focus issues. And so I can't focus for more than a few minutes on the road. So I just, like, personally choose to not be on the road for, like, safety reasons. For example, like, when I was learning how to drive, I was learning, like, out in, like, farm country with, like, you know, cornfields and stuff. And I was driving down the road, and if you've ever been a farmer, you know, it's, like, pretty empty, generally speaking. And I just lost focus, and, like, we ended up in, like, a ditch in some corn. And I was like, yeah, I don't need this. I don't need to drive. It's okay. But I do, for, like, entertainment value, like to take the driving test in every state I'm in, just to see the differences. I never expect to pass. But I always get 100% on the paper test, because those things are easy. You should be getting 100%. But I distinctly remember one time I was taking a test in one state, and they have a thing where you have to parallel park between cones. And I had done all my practice, because I don't want to, like, waste their time, right? Like, I want to at least do my best. And so I went, and I had been practicing on a car with, like, a, you know, like, a rear camera, right? And so, I knew how to do the cone thing. They had, like, taught me with the wheel and, you know, how to look and everything, do the cone thing. But I like, used the camera. And then, I don't know if the lady was just grumpy, or, like, I don't know, someone pissed in her coffee that day or something, but she wasn't in a good mood. And she decided that using the car camera was cheating. And so she took her, like, notes, right? And this is the very first thing they have you do when you get the car, is this cone test. she took her like notes paper and she put it in front of the car camera and she was like, "Not all cars have cameras. You can't use this." And I was like, "What? What? Excuse me? Excuse me?" And so I didn't know what to do because I'd never practiced without the camera, which I suppose is on me, but I'd never done it without the camera. And so it's like, okay, well, let's just, I was like, buckle up, let's see how this goes. And so I like went, I was fine, I didn't hit the cone on the front, and then I went to do the, the part where you take for the parallel park, where you like take the butt of the car, and then I hit that cone so hard. I rammed into that cone because I had no idea where it was, and I don't have any like concept of like spatial visualization of where things are, and I panicked. So then I went forward and I hit the front cone too, and she was like, "Yeah, hitting the cone's an insta-fail. We're done." We're done. I was like, "No, that's valid, that's fair. Yeah, if that cone was like a kid, yeah, no, that's fair." And my car camera was broken. I would just not parallel park, to be clear. I would just, who parallel parks in 2025. But like, yeah, no, that's fair. I never went back to that DMV ever again. I moved states so that I wouldn't have to renew my license. I got a job in another state, and I was like, yeah, this is good. I never have to go back there to like renew anything. Oh, jeez. Your former boss got his license in California and has to go back every time to get it renewed. Oh, because you don't live in America. That makes sense. Yeah, okay. I was like, what? Just get it renewed at your, like, wherever state you're in. No! Yeah, all new cars have the thing. I don't know how to use the mirrors. I have no idea. No, we're just chatting today. No games today. Yeah, who parallel parks? But no, I don't know how to use the mirrors. I actually have a lot of trouble. I remember actually, like I said, again, focus issues, right? I'm sure y'all are not surprised to hear I have focus issues. When you practice driving, some schools have it so that the instructor is in the seat on the right of you, and he has his own wheel and brakes and stuff, so he can take control of the car if something happens. And I remember, I'm thinking back on this, we were on the road and I was practicing, and he said something to me, and I didn't want to be rude because so, this is like 10 years ago. I said, "What?" I turned my head to like talk to him, and for some reason my brain decided to take my hands with my head, and so then I took the wheel with me and turned it in the same direction my head went. Luckily, like I said, he had a wheel of his own and brakes, and he immediately like didn't have us swerve into another lane. But after that, I was like, yeah, I don't need to practice. We're good. I don't think we need any more class. I think we learned enough here today. We have enough evidence to show that I shouldn't keep going. Oh, jeez. The paper tests are very easy because you can just read they give you the book, and I just like reading books, so I just kind of like memorize, I just memorize them. The camera's like adoption percentage is some important, it flips from not being on the test to being mandatory. Well, the funny thing is I asked other people in the room if she'd let them use the camera that like went after me or before me, and they're like, yeah. What are you talking about? Yeah, she let me. I don't know, she just didn't like me. Which valid. Maybe I was short and she's like, I wonder if a bike needs a license. You don't need a license for a bike, but I think some people should that a bike, especially universities. Oh my gosh, some people do not understand the concept of like bikes and sidewalks and people walking. You know how to use side mirrors? I don't know if it's that I don't know how to use them. I never learned how to use them. So I suppose, yeah, I don't know how to use them, Don't look away from the road. Yeah, exactly. I didn't know. I mean, I did know. I don't have the focus. You can make an appointment at the DMV and not have to wait like 2 hours. Oh, yeah. I definitely make the appointment, but I've gotten unlucky with that where even if I make the appointment, I end up waiting like 30, 45 minutes, which isn't horrible, but, And then some states, you can't do that. Some states, you just gotta queue. You just gotta, like, queue up in a line and hope for the best. So, not all states are kind to us. Me feeling like crap today. I hope it gets better. It's Friday. We're almost at the weekend. Hopefully everyone has fun weekend plans. Did you ever need a booster seat to take your driver's test? No! Well, okay. You can adjust seats now. So yes, my seat was extremely adjusted, and actually one of the things I have trouble with is not being able to like reach the pedals very well. Even with like the seat adjusted, I have to be like, I'm basically like right on top of the wheel, like having to get everything, situated. So then people also hate when I borrow the cars to practice driving because like I completely ruined their seat setup. It's pretty rough. But people love it when I'm like, I don't know, if it's like like on a train or a plane or in a car ride or something, because people can lean their seats back a lot, and like I'm like, yeah, I don't even notice because like I don't need a lot of leg room, so people are a fan of when they're like in front of me and the seat, because it's like, what's that? How's my quest going to find that sour beer? I've tried some places, I still haven't found it yet. Maybe you're talking about my baked bean juice beer? Yeah, I haven't found the baked bean juice beer, but I am getting some stuff to brew mead. So I'm excited for that. Should be fun. They tend to throw you at least one curveball. Yeah, maybe that's true. Maybe the camera was just my curveball. That's true. Maybe I unfairly judged her, and she was just, testing my ability to stay calm under pressure, which I failed. So good for her for failing me. Oh, you're not. Yeah, America's got some goofy stuff. The rubber's problem, hitting your knee. Oh, hitting your knees on the dashboard. I've never had trouble with things like that, like hitting your, I like planes. I don't know. People always talk about legroom and stuff. I'm like, dude, I got so much space here. I like almost can't. Like, if it gets too much, I can't get comfy. What time zone are you in where it's Friday? Oh, I mean Friday tomorrow, right? Oh, yeah, it's not Friday yet. Are pedal extenders a thing? Oh, maybe... No, I don't drive anyways, but... Actually, okay, fire stream idea that I've been thinking about. Getting, like, one of those driving, driving things to drive. So, like, what do you... Like, the wheel and the little pedals. Getting one of those to like practice driving, and then also show y'all my excellent driving skills. And for the record, and this is a terrible like metric of my ability to drive, but I've never gotten past the first level of GTA 5 because I can't drive the car correctly. And so, like with the chase scene, I can't do it, and so I fail, and I never have played the game or like finished the game because of that. And by finish, I mean start. Have I ever practiced on a manual? Is that the one with the stick? Absolutely not. That's... Y'all, I can barely focus on staying straight on a road. Like, driving straight. Ain't no way I'm gonna be able to also incorporate a stick into, like, my brain, like, processing. The booster, the cheater, the rude... I know, I'm only showing my worst sides on this. Maybe the stream was a mistake. Hello? Oh, yeah, I guess if you're in Europe, it might be close to Friday already. The time travelers. Yeah, Euro Truck Simulator. I've been wanting to do it. I just, like, to see if I can figure it out. I think it'd be pretty fun. Have I heard of the brake? Oh! The first few times I learned how to drive, no one told me that you're supposed to only use one foot for both pedals. I had a foot on each pedal, and then I would confuse my feet with each other, and so sometimes I'd hit the go faster when I thought it was the brake, and I'd hit the brake when I thought it was the go faster. So that also, caused a lot of problems for me. Basically, long story short, I am a responsible adult and stay off the road. I acknowledge everyone has flaws, everyone has things they're not good at. Me, it's driving. I can't drive, and I'm okay with it. It's been Friday for 3.5 hours for you. There you go. See? Europe's already in Friday. They're already living in the future, having fun on a Friday. Yeah, we're gonna do a driving simulator. Y'all wanna do a driving simulator stream? Do you know about the emergency brake? Do cars have emergency brakes? No, I don't. Where is it? Is it like is there a third pedal on a car? Is there? I have no idea. I, like, blank driving out of my brain because it stresses me out. And that's why you should pay money for driving instructions. No, my parents never taught me. In fact, they were, like, too scared of my lack of driving skill. I only have gone to instructors. I've also paid for a lot of, like, private instructors, when I went when I got a job, I was like, I have adult money now and I should learn how to drive. No, it never worked. But I did invest heavily into trying to learn how to drive and came to the conclusion that it's just not for me, you know? I walk everywhere. I would like to learn how to ride a bike, though. I don't have good coordination, and I fall off of bikes often. I also have an issue. I have an issue with reaching the pedals with bikes. So I have to, like, you know, you can adjust the seat and stuff, but sometimes even adjusting it to the bottom isn't, like, enough. So I have to get, like, bikes that are smaller. And, yeah. I'm gonna get a cute one with a little basket in front. Or maybe I'll get that and, like, bike around. It'll be fun. The emergency brake is a lever? Where's the lever? Who has access to this emergency brake? Is it on the passenger side or the driver's side? Is it in the back of the car? It has to be accessible to the driver, right? Where's an emergency brake? The two-pedal menace, yeah. I was about to say, I should just have, like, when I'm doing the stream, I should just have a camera on, like, the pedals, but then that would accidentally be a foot cam stream, and that probably wouldn't be TOS, so we won't do that. You want to see me play a racing game? I played the Simpsons racing game as a kid. We could do that. I'm okay at that. Oh, I'm really bad at Mario Kart. No surprises there. Does that count? We can do Mario Kart. Oh, it's different for most manufacturers, really. Where is it? Free healthcare in America. Free healthcare is not. Yeah, it's very, very American of us. Some cars use a pedal for the e-brake, some use a handle. Oh, so it could be either. Wait. You can kind of sort of use the handbrake as an emergency brake, but it'll wreck your car. What is the difference between a handbrake and an emergency brake? Are there two different brakes? Wait, what? I know of a store in Canada that sells Dutch-style bikes that are much more practical. Yeah, maybe I need to get that. Practical is in, you know, if you're short. It's on the middle of the two seats. Oh, so like if you're driving with someone, then your passenger could hit the emergency brake for you if there's like an emergency. I mean, that's kind of convenient. That makes sense. That makes sense from an engineering standpoint if there's like an emergency. What, you tried to drive? Whatever is the one without the stick. I didn't drive the one with the stick. Let's drive the other one. Hi, Loney. How are you? Hello. Some guys... Mine is a lever in the center. Dude, I'm looking this up now. Wait, I'm looking up the interior of... What did I even look up? Car emergency brake. What does this look like? I'm kind of like... I hope the images aren't like... Oh! Wait! What? This guy has a button! Oh, it says it's a parking brake. What's the difference between an emergency brake and a parking brake? Is that just like if you're parked on a hill, it keeps you from going down? Wait. This guy has a stick in the middle that they're saying is their emergency brake, but if you also have a car that has the little stick shift thing, does that mean you have two sticks in your car? Wait, yeah, this guy has dual sticks. What the heck? He's got a stick in the front and a stick in the back of his, like, the middle console area. Wait, that's wild! Oh my gosh, I would pull the wrong lever. I would pull the wrong lever for sure. This is why I could never drive. What is that? I don't know. I just know it's called like driving stick or something. I could never. It was wild. Oh, parking brake is the same. Probably have computers that act as emergency brakes. Oh yeah, they're getting like smart cars and stuff, right? There's no car on the market smart enough to to compensate for my driving skill. The wrong lever typically has a button that you need to press before it engages. Oh, that makes sense. You don't want to accidentally like pull your brake in the middle of like the road, huh? You can't just I don't get it. Yeah, I don't do cars, y'all. I don't hang out in cars. You should watch some interior cam footage of rally racing. What's that? What is that? Is that like a type of racing? I mean, obviously it's a type of racing. A motorsport where driver navigator teams compete against the clock on a course of closed... Oh my gosh, it's like dirt ride driving. Dirt driving. What do you call that? Off-road? Off-road. Wait, that's scary. I would cry. Oh my gosh, that's so stressful. Don't they make those cars like as empty as possible so that they don't have weight? Wait, that's so scary. I don't spend a lot of time in cars, y'all. I don't drive. I just walk, you know? You don't know about cars yet. That's reassuring. I'm not the only one that doesn't know about cars. You were to learn how to drive, you could use a game controller to substitute for a wheel. Yeah, I don't think that'd be any better for me. If I compare regular driving to Mario Kart driving, I don't think it would help me. But we can try it. We'll have a driving stream. Y'all can experience my perfect driving skills. Yeah, send some clips. I want to see. POV, you're in a cornfield and Viri forgot where the brake is. That is exactly why we ended up in the cornfield. And then I backed a, what do you call it? Okay, so here's a couple, let me tell you about all the instances I told you about one dangerous thing. And then another time, my family decided that I should learn with a golf cart, and then I backed the golf cart into the garage. So they didn't let me do that anymore because a ripped golf cart. And then another time, my aunt decided that she wanted me to, again, she was like, yeah, let's go practice driving. I was like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, let's just swing around the neighborhood a couple times. I was like, what? Okay. I don't recommend that. But then when I parked, apparently I went into the garage at like an angle. I don't really get it, but apparently I went at an angle, and then my cousin went to use her car later in the day, and he wasn't used to like bad parking, right, in this garage. And so he just backed up normally without thinking he had to adjust, and then the like car mirror got caught on the wall and broke. Like it got ripped off because my parking was so bad that it apparently when he was pulling up normally, it like took the whole mirror with it. I was like, is that really my fault? Is it the fault of the person that put the car in or the person that took the car out, you know? Is it shared responsibility? Am I just trying to absolve myself of guilt? Who knows? I still paid for the damage. But yeah. Don't let me park your car is the moral of the story. Was that you know how to drive retro cars? I need like all the help I can get from like modern technology. I can't drive old cars. Emergency brake often has a okay. Take a European traffic sign online quiz. I wouldn't pass it, probably. I barely know my American signs, enough to pass the paper test, you know? Golf carts, don't they have different controls? They're kind of the same. They're basically the same. But also a little different. But they're basically the same. They're, like, simplified. And they're also open, so it's a little dangerous if you, like, flip the golf cart. Hi, Bernie. That's your cousin's fault. You know, that's reassuring. That's reassuring. Thank you. Okay, but can we all acknowledge that I'm actually a really good driver because I keep myself off the road? The best driver knows their limitations, you know, and doesn't put themselves in dangerous situations. So doesn't that make me kind of like an S-tier driver because I don't go on the road? Because I'm like, it's not safe, you know, I'm not a good driver. A bad driver would be going on the road despite knowing that you're a terrible driver. But I'm like, no, yeah, I'm the worst driver that exists, so I stay off the road. Which in my mind makes me S tier, you know? But maybe I'm just delusional. So, alright. Hi, Bernie, how's it going? Pretty well. I'm exposing my terrible driving, so. Pop serious question. Should you speed if you're near a pedestrian lane? What? No, right? No, there's no way. Is that a thing? In Europe, speeding if you're near a pedestrian lane? That sounds not safe. Isn't the left lane the fast lane, the right lane's the slow lane? Like, the left lane's for passing, you know? And then the right lane's for chilling, I thought. Logic is incredible. No, it checks out, right? It makes me responsible. Responsible drivers are S tier, you know? I deserve an award for my fantastic driving skills, actually. I think that's the moral of the story. Viri deserves a trophy. Stay Delu. That's wild. No. Oh my gosh. S tier morality, F tier driving skills. I'll take it. S tier morality. That's what I live my life every day by the golden rule, and I'll take that one, you know? At least you have the choice to not drive. That's kind of rare in the US. Yeah, I intentionally pick, like, like my work and where I live around being able to walk. And I have intentionally said no to opportunities because I knew the like location wouldn't be walkable and I wouldn't be able to like I wouldn't be able to manage there. And you can get by with Uber and like, you know, like Instacart for like grocery deliveries and all that stuff, but you kind of just get stuck in your spot. And it gets really expensive. So like, yeah, I intentionally pick areas that like are safe for driving. Pedestrian lanes don't exist. Isn't that like a sidewalk? Is a pedestrian lane not a sidewalk or like a bike lane? That's what I would think it is. I could be wrong. It's a passing lane, not a fast lane. Left lane is for crime. Yeah, that's what I heard. Like, left lane's like fast. Okay, but here's the real question. Do you speed up when there's a yellow light? Do you speed up or do you slow down with a yellow light? You avoided driving as much as I could until you had to for college. I just didn't. I just continued to avoid it. You know? As someone with problems with falling into holes too many times, I would not touch a car. Yeah, I just stay away from them. I don't go near them. It makes me feel better staying away. Someone told me the other day about a 2-player driving game where the driver can't see and the other has to give instruction. Oh, wait a second. Wait, Graham, do you know the name of that game? I need to play that game. I wonder if there's a way... Wait, I wonder if there's a way so that, like... Yeah, okay, I want to play this so badly. I need to find this game. That would be so fun. You sent the videos and the clips? Okay, nice. I'll take a look in a second. You speed up, and then when it hits red, you gotta speed up. You really gotta speed up? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think it, like, depends how far you are from the yellow light, right? Whether you speed up or slow down. Pedestrian crossing. Depending on how fast you were going already. Yeah, it depends, right? It depends. Oh yeah, okay, because Europe has different laws. Let me see this video. Let me see. Watching. Oh, let me mute this. Wait, why are they like, oh my gosh, she's like, sorry, I'm like jumping around it. What is this? This looks so stressful. He's like moving the stick so much. It's so many turns. Oh my gosh, sorry. I just watched him do a really hard turn. Oh my gosh, my heart just stopped. That was so stressful. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, it was 45 seconds. Oh, he's going so fast. Oh my gosh. This road going so fast. No, I'm like a grandma on the road. Wait, there's like ice on the, is that like dirt or is that snow on the side? I think it's snow. Oh my gosh. Wait, that thing says he's going 120 miles an hour? Oh no, I'm getting sick. I feel ill watching this. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Whew. How do you go that fast? No, I can't do that. I can't. Backseat drivers. I don't think it would go well playing IRL. Maybe in like a, what do you call that? Like a little go-kart. A little go-kart? Oh, it's called backseat drivers. Okay, let me see. Looking it up on Steam. Backseat drivers. Oh, here it is. Oh my gosh. Adding to my library? Oh, wait. It's a demo. It's released in Q3. I'll add it to my wish list. It's added to my wish list? Yeah, I'm watching. I think it's rally driving. It's very stressful. Oh my gosh. You can't drive? Graham, you and I will tag team it. If there's nothing could go, I think optimal. It's optimal. You know, we have experience not having experience, so we can optimize our driving skills. Road fact. Did you know 3/4 of the car accidents are caused by sober drivers? I mean, statistically speaking, right? If you think about how many drivers are on the road, it would make sense that the majority of accidents would be caused by, in an ideal world, right? Where people follow the rules and don't drink drunk, you would hope that statistically speaking, that would also correlate to more accidents being caused by people who are, you know, driving on the road that aren't drunk. But 120 kilometers per hour, which is 80 miles. Oh, well, you know, there's some Some roads in Texas that get pretty fast. Drunk drivers cause less accidents than sober drivers. It's like all like a statistics. I don't know. You hear percentage like that, and then you like logic out the actual logic, and you're like, yeah, I mean that checks out. You should watch the first one and show it to us because it's pretty cool. I don't usually put videos up on screen. Maybe one day when I like set it up, but I feel a bit bad reacting to other people's stuff. Keep talking but nobody explodes with cars. I love keep talking but nobody explodes. It's super fun. We should play that. I would need to find someone to play with. Oh, I think I know who would be really fun to play with. I'll ask them if they want to play with me. They would lose their mind. They would they would be stressed the entire time. They do not like stressful things. Although they play Valorant, so maybe they'd be into it. I'll ask them. One of my friends. Sorry, Andrew. I'll set it up one day. The police don't want you to drive drunk because you're too cool. No, absolutely don't drive you drunk. Always be safe and follow the rules on my stream, please. It's wild. Some statistics are like very, very interesting when you hear them. I feel like 95% of like being a good at like science is understanding how to like break down the numbers when they're given to you. It's like, okay, well this number might seem like a big deal, but then when you like break down the information on it, you're like, oh, okay, no, that checks out. Yeah, it's like, is this information actually like shocking? I feel like that's like 95 of my data like parsing is like, this is a big number, but is it a meaningful number? You know, it's really fun. You're always like a detective. I like it. You have it, but never actually tried it. It's super fun! You're talking about keep talking and nobody explodes, right? It's one of the few games I've gotten my family to play. But Val and I really like it. The thing is, Val and I are like really good at it. Keep talking and nobody explodes is really fun when you don't know what's going on, right? And so you want to be the person, you want the person that doesn't know what's going on. Keep talking and nobody explodes is basically a game for those of y'all that haven't played it, where you have a bomb, and it has a few different, basically, like, kind of mini-games, and one person can see visually the mini-game. So, for example, like, I don't know, there's like 5 wires of different colors, and you describe these wires to your other teammate who has a manual on how to defuse the bomb. And so you'll say, I have, like, 2 black wires and a red wire and a white wire, and they'll have to go into the manual, and based on the information you give them, tell you in what order to cut the wires. It's super fun. But if you already know, like if you've already memorized the manual, which is what happened to Val and I when we played. We played for like an hour or two, and then we both just started memorizing the manual. And then it was like, it didn't really matter who was handling the manual because the person that had the bomb could just defuse the bomb. You know, like you just defuse it. So it's like important when you're new to like have the person who doesn't know what's going on be on the bomb. So that you can't just kind of metagame the win. So, but I mean, at this point, I probably have forgotten the manual, so it'd be okay. I could probably be on the bomb first, so I wouldn't have time to memorize the manual, and have my friend in the manual like describing to me, because they get like really it's like fun when they're like getting overwhelmed and like really stressed, and you have the timer beeping, and you're like, oh my gosh, we have 10 seconds. Tell me what to do with the wire. You know, like it's so fun. Yeah, I like the chaos. I thrive in the chaos. You know. The game Honesty and Trust. No, the thing is, Val really likes winning. So, like, we take it pretty seriously. We'll metagame pretty hard if it means we can win. It's fun when you're in the zone with the other person, too. But yeah, it gets, like, boring. The novelty is when you don't know. I feel like, I tell y'all this all the time. With most games, the novelty of a game is when you don't know what's happening. But especially in a game where it depends on 2 people communicating, if one person doesn't have to communicate because they've already memorized the manual, then it's like not fun at all. So the game has a limit. Or if you're just playing with people who don't try hard and don't want to memorize the manual, then that's equally fun, you know? if y'all can keep it casual the whole time, then that's also a fun way to play. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Andrew. Good night. Oh, the dogs also say good night. Yeah, exactly. It's like chill, chaotic vibes. Exactly. I metagamed bomb diffusal. Dude, I gotta save the world, you know? Save the cheerleader, save the world. Do y'all remember that show from like... Oh my gosh, how old is that show? I don't remember what it's called. I just remember, I always called the show Save the Cheerleader, Save the World. It had just enough cringe that it was enjoyable, but then the seasons after that got too much cringe and it was unwatchable. Effective communication. It could also be about tricking your friends. The fun thing is if the other is colorblind. Oh, that would be a disaster. Captain Planet? No, it's not Captain Planet. Let me see. Save the Cheerleader, Save the World show. Oh my gosh, it's like Googled all the... Heroes. It was called Heroes. 2006 to 2010. It was like an older show. Yeah, the first season's pretty good. Like I said, it has just enough, like, cringe, I don't know, like, production value that it's, like, it's fun. It's, like, fun to watch with other people. You always just ignore the timer and keep talking. It keeps you very calm throughout. The timer feeds me because I want to solve it faster. I want it to move faster, you know? I want it to, I want to beat the timer faster. So, you're freezing. Oh no, I hope you can find a nice cozy blanket. It's a pretty chill social experience if you ignore the timer. I guess it's true. You can learn a lot about a person. I always say this, when you're getting to know someone, when you're in the dating phase with someone, take them into a ranked game or anything with a high stress, like any high stress game, because you'll just see how, if they're chill or not, you know? Do they handle losses well? Do they keep it chill? Do they just have some fun? Are they just there to vibe, you know? But do they also, like, take it seriously enough that they still, like, respect the time of the other people in the ranked game? That's the way to, like, you know, check out a first date, in my opinion. I think everyone has their different, like, litmus test for success, but that's my personal one. Is, like, just play a game with them. You don't win by lying. You win by memorizing the manual. That's how you win. That's my recommendation if you want to win. Heroes? Yeah, Heroes. It was like a superpower drama. Yeah, I think they were trying to, like, you know, replicate, like, superhero comic kind of style with, like, a little bit of entertainment value. And it was mid, but it was pretty enjoyable still. Like a burrito. I want to get those burrito blankets. You know what I'm talking about? The burrito blankets. I want to get one of those. I think they're really cute. Even cheater? No, it's not cheating. It's utilizing your resource. I mean, like, y'all have to agree. After you read something twice, you memorize it, right? Like, that's just how it goes, right? Like, you read something twice and it's seared into your brain. If it's like... Okay, so I don't memorize things by memorizing words. I memorize things by memorizing their location on the page. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, if I had a test and I had to remember something, like a piece of information, I prefer learning the concept, like a periodic table. But to get through things like biology class, like AP biology, which I hated, I would memorize the location of the fact on the page. So if I'd be like, okay, on page like 23 in the upper right hand corner, right above the diagram of like the frog, that's where they gave us the information about like, you know, mitosis or whatever. Like that's how I would like get through things. I don't know if that's how people memorize, but that's like how I memorize. So like I don't memorize the words. I memorize the like locations, and then that's how I get it. Because I can't like visualize things in my brain. So it's like that I, like, start to map out how to, like, memorize. Heroes, the cheerleader with the healing factor who gradually became desensitized to pain. Yeah, that Heroes. Save the cheerleader, save the world. Yeah, tortilla blanket. You should look them up. They're really cozy. They look cozy. They look like a tortilla, and then you can wrap yourself up and be a burrito. Wrap your dogs up in the burrito blanket. Ugh, that would be so cute. Oh, you memorize the same way? Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only one. It's just like the optimal way to do it, you know? It's very efficient. Very efficient. So I like it a lot. But I don't really have to memorize stuff anymore. I think actually the most memorizing I do is like once I see a name on like Twitch chat, you know? Once I see a name on Twitch chat, or like Twitch chat or like YouTube chat. Sorry, my brain always goes to Twitch. Once I see like a name for y'all, I usually like remember the name. That's why when y'all like change your name, I'm like, oh, wait, that looks kind of different. But then like if you keep the picture the same, I associate names with pictures. So then if the picture's the same, I'm like, oh, I know who this is. They just changed their name. Or like, oh, they just changed their picture, but I recognize the name. Or even worse, sometimes people come into my Twitch chat and they've changed the color. They've changed the color of their name. Oh my gosh, that always like takes me by surprise. If like Rectangular Hitmon ever aren't blue, if Fernie ever isn't green, if Cobra isn't orange, if Juan isn't green, oh my gosh, I would get so confused. Is it a fancy word for blanket with sleeves? No, it's a literal blanket with a tortilla design. Like, it looks like a tortilla just in blanket form. This is actually just a tortilla blanket. I think you can change capitalization. Really? For the names? Reading it 30 minutes, rest 5 minutes, repeat. Yeah! You just, like, take the... Like, if you ever read Cam Jansen as a kid, where she'd go, click, and she'd memorize things, like that. Twitch brain. I've been on Twitch forever! What's your name? I have your name memorized because of like the length of it. That's how I remember. It's I don't know. It's like a comfort thing, you know, like seeing y'all, like seeing the names. It's nice to see familiar faces, if that makes sense. For me, because I obviously, you know, I don't know you in person. Familiar face for me is, oh my gosh, Fernie. Fix it! No! As soon as I saw the orange, I was like, that's not correct. But it's like seeing a familiar face, you know, when I see like your names with your pictures on YouTube, or I see like your name with your color on Twitch, it's like seeing a familiar face. It's very comforting. So I like the consistency. So you've tried the mind library method, works for science. Mind library? I'm not familiar with that. What is the mind library method? Let me see. Dude, I have so many Google tabs open. Oh my gosh. Method of IOC is also known as the memory journey, memory palace, journal method, general place, or mind palace method. Okay, but describe what it is. Is it a imaginal technique? Okay. In this technique, the subject memorizes the layout of some buildings or arrangement of shops on a street, or any geographical entity which is composed of a number of discrete... Oh, it's loci. Oh my gosh, my brain was reading IOC. Oh my gosh, loci. When desiring to remember a set of items, the subject walks through these loci in their imagination and commits an item to each one by forming an image between the item and any features of that locus. Retrieval of items is achieved by walking through the loci, allowing the later to achieve the desired items. Oh, wow! That's pretty cool. I don't visualize things. I have aphantasia, where it's like, if you've seen the diagram with the apple, like, I can't picture an apple in my head, so that sort of thing would be kind of hard for me. You know? Yeah, exactly. Familiar usernames. It's comfort. Yeah, I don't know why they're going wild. They're in a mood today, the doggos. 9% of memory techniques are either spaced repetition or story association. Yeah, definitely. I don't know what my technique is. Seeing things on the page. Because memorization is incredibly hard when you can't picture things in your head. I don't remember what percent of the population. I've told y'all this story before when I went into organic chemistry. So in organic chemistry, you're probably familiar with like models, or like molecular models and them like being rotated. There's this concept of like chirality, and the way that a molecule is essentially built and the different like bends and things it has is indicative of different properties within that molecule. And it's really important for organic chemistry, but I couldn't visualize and rotate the molecules in my head. And so when I took organic chemistry, my professor is like, okay, there's about 10% of y'all that can't visualize things in your head. You won't be able to rotate these molecules. I give you permission to bring like molecular models, like physical models to the exams so that you won't fail, right? So I would take like double the amount of time as everyone else to take the organic chemistry test, because I would have to build the model first and then rotate it like to visually see like what the molecule was and like what it was doing. So I hated organic or chemistry 1 and 2. I am not an organic chemist. I hate everything. I'm not an organic chemistry fan. But Those tests were rough because it just took so much time to like get through them. So yeah, I can't, you know, moral of the story, I can't visualize anything in my head. So theoretically, you couldn't rotate a cow in your mind. No, I can't even visualize the cow. Like, if you say cow, I'm sure something pops up into your head. Like, a picture of a cow pops up into your head. What pops for me is just the idea of, like, I am aware, right, of the definition that a cow is, like, black and white, and it has spots, and, like, it's kind of large, right, like, size. But I can't picture that in my head. The words of describing a cow are going through my head right now, but I can't visualize a cow in any way. I don't see a cow. Like, I can't do it. There's people that I've known my entire life, I cannot see their faces in my head. Like, I couldn't draw them for you or tell you what they look like. 3D render of a cow. That was pretty nice. But yeah, the professor was super chill. He was a good professor. I just hated organic chemistry. Become the cow. Yeah, maybe I become the cow. I'll switch to being like a cow VTuber. It is sad. It's a little sad. It is weird to think of. It's like in the sense of like if someone isn't like always in my life, you know, like presently showing me their face every day, I just won't remember that face. So like once people are gone from my life, they're like actually gone. Like I have to have a picture of them. That's right. I take a lot of pictures if people are comfortable with it, just because it's like, okay, I can remember you now, and like that feels reassuring to me. If it's like if I start to forget what someone looks like, I can just look up this picture on my phone and be like, okay, no, this is what that person, you know, because like I can like I said, the words to describe them will pop up in my head. Like, oh, you know, they, I don't know, have black hair or brown eyes, things like that. Those words will pop up, but I won't remember what they look like. And so when the words stop popping up in my head, that's when I like need to look at a picture to remember. Cow theory. Internal monologue. I do have internal monologue. I just can't visualize things. You can imagine a cow and rotate it. See, yeah, I can't rotate the cow at all. It's rough. It's rough. You almost don't appear on pictures besides cool pictures. See, I'd never remember what you look like. That would, no. See, I gotta take pictures for memories. This is why it's like, also it's like for me, like familiar faces for y'all is like, you know, when you keep consistent with like your pictures or your names or things or like the colors of your names, because then I can keep track of it still. Remember it. See, now for any, I'm gonna be like, is it orange or is it green? Is it easier to remember names then? Yeah, I remember all of y'all's names. Like, I have people that pop into my stream that haven't been here since like 2016 and also remember the name and like recognize things about them. But if you start to change things, then I'm like, my brain can't process it. So it's kind of funny. Eidetic memory. I also use this when you try to find stuff. Well, that seems useful. He's rotating the cow, not me. Woo! Rotate. I had a whole class on like spatial visualization. It was an interesting class, but I struggle. But that's okay. That's okay because like I said, I make it like a conscious effort that when I want to remember someone, I'll take a picture. You know, so it's in my. I'll always be able to see it. Or if there's a location I want to remember, or like anything, you know, I have lots of pictures of my pets. I have like. I could probably at this point fill hard drives full of pictures of my pets. It's very, very like reassuring how much I've chronicled them. Do you know that I started with the color orange when you first watched you? You did? I only associate with blue now. That's so funny. I actually don't. If my leaves ever turn orange, water me. Yeah, it was just fall. Wait, that would actually be such a fun continuity, Fernie, if like you update the color of your like name based on the seasons, like seasonal Twitch name. That would be fun. Oh no, the cows are going too fast. You should count them so they like help you sleep, you know? Count them for sleep. If you rotate a cow, you get sore arms. Oh yeah, like cow tipping. I have a dossier in all the chat. No! Oh my gosh. I always wonder that. Are there like people that just like, you know, write down notes and stuff? I don't do that because that seems a little invasive. I just, like I said, I just remember in my head like the picture with the name. But I wonder if there's people to like keep like, you know, like lists and they like write notes for everyone and that's how they like remember like information. That would be kind of interesting. Oh yeah, I guess I have everything in dark mode on Twitch. I don't know if Twitch is like naturally dark mode, but I keep everything on dark mode. So if you had a like yeah, if your name was white, I would be able to see it. You change your color to 1 hex digit per day. Slowly desensitize me to the changes until your name is like pink. Cows are heavy. You must be superhuman to rotate it. You gotta go. Y'all ever hear about that? The people like actually think cow tipping's a thing. They're so heavy. Anyone that talks about cow tipping has never seen a cow. Okay, that's a lie. They've never seen a cow, but there are like, you know, some farm kids do sometimes get up to no good and they'll like, yeah, they've probably gone once for the novelty of it and like 7 of them together tried to tip a cow, but they were like, yeah, this is a really bad idea and also we need this cow, so we're not going to tip it. But cows are big. Oh my gosh. It's it's too rapid. It's too much change. Too much change. It's not that hard when the cows are asleep. Don't bully cows, yo. Don't bully the cows. Only birthdays. You know a guy back home whose favorite move was Barnyard, and he had seen it dozens of times and could quote it from it. Really? That's wild. My favorite movies are Pacific Rim. Iconic. I love Pacific Rim. Pitch Perfect. Fantastic movie. And Star Wars, the first Star Wars movie. My favorite. Those are my top 3 movies of all time. Semi-rebrand. No, Grim, please! Grim! Don't rebrand! Please! Keep everything as is. A cow is a powerful animal when it wants to be. Cows are scary. Most farm animals are pretty scary in their own way. Very slow. Weigh about 500 pounds. Yeah, cows are heavy. They're not that nice. I haven't interacted too much with them once. I one time washed sheep for like a 4-H fair. They're not very nice. I was like washing the rear end and it kicked me, so I was not a fan of sheep after that. The only movie you watch on repeat is Clash of the Titans. I've never seen Clash of the Titans. Clash of the Titans is that the football movie? Am I misremembering? Oh, wow, it's not the football movie. Was this like Greek? Roman? Oh. Yeah, it's Greek mythology. That's so funny. What is the football movie Clash of the Titans? I like mythology. I would watch it. I would watch a mythology movie. I'm a pretty big fan. Y'all know Edith Hamilton's mythology is one of my favorite books of all time. Big fan. Have you seen a picture of a Belgian blue cow? They're the most... Belgian blue cow. Is this a thing? Belgian blue cow. Oh my gosh. Is that a real animal? The meat has to be so tough. Do they raise this for meat? Wait, it says it is. It's a beef cattle. That seems like that has to be so tough. It's all muscle. That's interesting, huh? Wild. Do you mean Phantom Menace? Oh yeah, Phantom Menace. I'm talking about Phantom Menace. Sorry, yeah, the first, yeah, of the new trilogy, not the old, not 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Phantom Menace. That is easy to confuse because yeah, technically the first movie would be 4. Yeah, it's Greek one. Remember the Titans. Ah, yeah, I am thinking of Remember the Titans, yeah. Is a film. I don't think I've heard of Kingsglaive Final Fantasy. I mean, I know Final Fantasy, but I don't think I've heard of that. I am thinking of Remember the Titans. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Tamara. Oh, we're going from a beefy cow to a baby cow? Let me see. Oh, what is that? That looks like oxen, kind of like a baby oxen. It's a mini dwarf buffalo. Oh, that's so interesting. That's cute. That's really cute. I'm a fan. Oh my gosh, this person double spam. Wait, sorry, I need to ban this bot. My gosh. What is his name even? Okay, Mini Cow's cute. I should rewatch the Advent Children. What's the Advent Children movie? I don't watch a lot of movies. I'm always up for recommendations, but I don't watch a lot of movies. Yeah, the one with Darth Maul. Darth Maul is my favorite. I love Darth Maul. I have posters of Darth Maul. I'm a Darth Maul fangirl, actually. You like tough meat? Really? In general, when it's tough, it stays in your mouth longer. I mean, yeah, if you like chewing, I guess that makes sense. I don't like tough meat. Star Wars Clone Wars is one of your favorite. A lot of people like Clone Wars. I haven't watched Clone Wars yet. I feel like I should. It's a like natural progression because I love Star Wars, but I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet. My bestie loves, I think it's Ahsoka, is how it's pronounced. And the guy whose daughter was stolen like 10 times. Oh, that's like Taken? Is that Taken? Clone Wars varies so widely in quality from episode to episode. Lots of good stuff, and there are also some duds. I feel like that's a lot of, like, cartoon replications of media, but, you know, like the Justice League, Teen Titans. Teen Titans was actually an absolute banger show. It's so good, but I hear they did new stuff that's not very good. It's like the difference between a hippo and a pygmy hippo. Oh, hippos scare me. They're so dangerous. They're so dangerous. Oh, Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. I didn't even know there was Final Fantasy movies. I thought there was just games and the MMO. But there's movies too? I guess there's also the Halo movie. I guess there's a lot of franchises that have movies that I'm not aware of. You watch Star Wars, but AI fixes it? What is Star Wars, but AI fixes it? I don't even want to know. I refuse to watch whatever that is. You like Clone Wars is a good movie. I enjoy Clone Wars. Someone remade Vader versus Old Ben with modern technology. Oh, that sounds cool. Is that Star Wars, but AI fixes it? I just love Darth Maul. He's so cool. And then his expanded universe story is really cool. But his fight, his Phantom Menace fight, so well choreographed. And then you have like the Duel of Fates, like bump, 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 ba-na, bump. You know, it's so good. It's like one of my favorite fight scenes. That fight scene, and then Homura versus Mami from Polo Polo Magi Madoka Magica, the third movie, are like my two favorite fight sequences of all time. Oh, and then of course Pacific Rim whenever they fight, and then the music goes like ba-na-na, ba-na-bum, bum, 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 bum. Iconic. Iconic. Dude, I love Pacific Rim so much. I want to watch Pacific Rim now. I should find it. I refuse to watch. Well, I haven't watched Pacific Rim 2. Everyone tells me not to, so I haven't. But Pacific Rim 1, masterpiece. There's hippos in Colombia? That's scary. Hippos are scary. They're so dangerous. Hippos, like, have you seen videos of them, like, crushing watermelons with their mouth? Mm-mm. Scary. Vader is cool but evil. Vader's pretty, but he's not Darth Maul, you know? If you like Maul, you'd be very interested in Clone Wars. Yeah, because he comes back in Expanded Universe with, like, the spider body. I've only read the book. Like, the Expanded Universe book, so that's all I know. I need to watch Clone Wars. They bring him back. They bring Spider Vader back, or Spider Maul back. Obito versus Kakashi. Okay, Obito versus Kakashi. Naruto has some really, really solid fights, too. But I've rewatched... Actually, one of my favorite songs... That song is one of my favorite songs to do on Osu, is the Homura versus Mami fight. It's so good. Have I watched Pacific Rim The Black? I have not. Is that like is that the second movie? I haven't. Latest AI slop you watched was Severus Snape versus Sheev Palpatine. I have never watched AI slop in my life. It doesn't come into my algorithm, and I'm very happy for it. Yeah, the Homer versus Mami fight, iconic. It's so well done. Oh my gosh. When it's like the part where all the music stops and it pauses because she's frozen time and they're both breathing so heavily, just looking at each other. And then like the music starts and then all the bullets like bounce over everything because she brings time back. That is the coolest scene of all time, you know? It's so cool. Brought hippos into Colombia? No. Straight to jail. Straight to jail. It's over once you get hippos. Is there a hippo VTuber? Wait, I'm looking this up. Hippo VTuber. There is! Yumisaki Hippopo. Wait, her design's so cute! She's a Japanese VTuber. Hippo VTuber. That's cool. I like her name, Hippopo. That's cute. You more of a Vader fan? Oh, wait, what's that? Anakin has a PhD in Darth Plagueis studies. What are these videos you watch? You're more of a Vader fan than a Maul? No! Dude, Maul has so much aura. He literally aura farms like half the time. He doesn't even talk. He just farms aura. Wonder if there's an animal that doesn't have a VTuber. That's true, yeah. If it exists, there's a VTuber of it. I think I saw a VTuber of like a turnip the other day. I was like, what? Is there like a VTuber of a television or like a VTuber of a, I don't know, like a glass of water? There really is for everything. I guess that's the fun of it, huh? For the design. Watermelons are not that tough. I saw a hippo that got angry and was like climbing over a wall because someone like was bullying it and it just got angry and like went after the person. Scary. Anakin having a PhD in Darth Plagueis studies videos are actually ridiculously funny. Where do y'all find these videos? Amoeba VTuber. There's gotta be an Amoeba VTuber. I feel like that one just seems like that seems like a natural progression of like VTuber design, you know? You can be a little like slimy. Doesn't look like a hippo though. It looks like a Uma, but it's cute. She's cute, and that's all that matters. Her design is cute. Wait, is there a beaver VTuber? Because I told y'all that was So there's two types of. Before I settled on cat, the two designs I actually wanted to go with was a beaver VTuber, because I was playing a lot of Timberborn at the time, or an anglerfish VTuber is what I really wanted to do. But I was like, no, I feel like I want to be like cute, and it's like anglerfish aren't cute. You know, I really like them. They're my favorite deep sea like creature. But I mean, I'm sure there's someone who is an angler. Oh yeah, there's a beaver VTuber. I'm sure there's someone who did an anglerfish VTuber that made it cute. Yeah, like look here, there's an angler VTuber, anglerfish VTuber. She is English language VTuber from South Africa. Oh, she retired in July. Aw, her design's so cute. That's a bummer. Oh my gosh. Cute VTuber though. I like her design a lot. Oh yeah, he was smart to be scared of hippos. They're terrifying. But he's not. Maul's not like talk. He's like it's like not him really talking. You know, a water bear bug VTuber that would be cute. I could see that. You've seen an angler VTuber, but the perspective was weird. But the lantern in front of the face. Yeah, that was one of the reasons I couldn't. Other than, like, couldn't figure out how to make it cute, I also was, like, the logistics of, like, the little antenna just seemed, you know, like a lot to figure out. Whereas, look, this one, I just got my cute ears, you know? I just got the cute ears, and that's all that matters. Dark Raven and Starkiller are your favorites, but they only exist in, expanded universe. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. I don't know, I think I need to get more involved with Expanded Universe. But I have Halo Expanded Universe to get there first. And then Star Wars. There's so much to read. I also just started a book club with a friend, and I need to read through that book. But that book I should get through in a couple hours. It should be fast. Whereas Halo's can take me a lot longer. It'll be a lot more to process. The book we picked for our book club is, like, pretty basic, so I'm not too worried about it. A lot of people like Plagueis, yeah. Do you know what a water bear is? Do they have a mouth for a face? Yeah, like the little water bear, like microscopic creatures. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. I know. I suppose I'm familiar. Yeah. There's some really cute, like clever VTuber designs out there. So people are so creative. What if your literally analysis... What is your literally analysis of the Very Hungry Caterpillar? Dude was hungry, so he ate, you know? I love the Very Hungry Caterpillar book. It's, like, very nostalgic. I read it when I was very young, and I don't know, it was like, I wanted to... It made me, like, very happy to read. And the pictures are very cute. His face is cute. All over iconic, you know? You know, escaping Halo EU. There's more Halo books coming out. I got so much Halo to read. It's easier to get into Halo books than the Warhammer books. Warhammer scares me. The amount of lore in Warhammer, I feel like you could spend your whole lifetime trying to keep up with it, and you still wouldn't be able to, you know? You see if there's a Cassalian. Those animals are literally amphibian sock puppets. Wait, I've never heard of that. Looking it up? Ew! Regretting looking it up? Ew! Ew! I don't like that. I don't like that at all. You can be the VTuber you want to be, Graham. You should become that worm VTuber. I don't like it, but it could make it cute. The Outcast was cool. 400 Warhammer books. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a little much. What does it mean? We live in a society. Oh, what is my literary analysis? The Very Hungry Caterpillar. You gotta eat. You gotta do what you gotta do to eat, you know? What did you search? Worm VTuber? No. It's a type of worm. It's called a Caecilian. It's Caecilian. Caecilian? Caecilian? I don't know, but it's like the actual real life bug. Make me a little shivery. Ugh. I don't do the best with bugs. Warhammer is only twice as old as Halo, but has 10 times the amount of books. Dude, Halo's got to step it up. Gotta step it up. Oh, favorite book of all times is The Guns of August by Barbara Tuchman. If anyone in chat loves history, it's a must. Ooh, I love history. I see guns and I just think the classic like Guns, Germs, and Steel. Looking it up? Oh, this is a war book. War books make me a little sad. That's the only type of historical book I can't read. Like World War I, World War II books make me sad. It looks like an ew until you see it eat. Its mouth and movement are actually those of a sock puppet. That's so icky. Icky. Legolo worms. Oh, from the hunters? Yeah, maybe someone should be like a Halo worm for a VTuber. That'd be fun. It's an amphibian, really? Not a worm? Oh. Still creepy. Book club, book club, book club. Except not sad book. Sad book make me cry. A bunch of 40k stuff is just people having an adventure in the setting. Those are pretty approachable. Einhorn is basically a detective story. Oh, I like that. Okay, so a lot of them are like very casual. You don't have to like start from book 1 and then get lost in the lore for Warhammer. The Xenomorph worm. Oh, it's a Xenomorph worm. I guess that kind of makes sense. The Holmes novels. Many scientific animals are mislabeled. Yeah, we kind of have a labeling problem. It's because, like, your heart, you know, it's like, okay, how many of y'all have played Pokemon and you see a Pokemon that's blue and you're like, that's a water Pokemon, you know? I know you've done this before and it wasn't a water Pokemon. And you're like, oh, why make this Pokemon blue if it's not a water? I actually don't know an example. What Pokemon is blue that isn't a water Pokemon? I'm like racking my brain. Gyarados is a water Pokemon. Oh, Altaria. Altaria, the bird Pokemon. That evolves from a Swablu. Blue. But not water. Things like that, you know? You just make assumptions based on how they look. It happens all the time. We want books that make us happy. People always name things before they know what it is. Charizard Mega Evolution is blue. Is it actually? Oh, Machop is. That's a good one. Charizard Mega Evolution. I can't spell. Oh, it is blue. What the heck? Why is it blue? I guess like blue fire, like hotter fire. I guess that makes sense. Almost all Warhammer books are made to be easy to enter. Oh, that's good. This is like part of yeah. Like I like entry level stuff, so I don't have to know. Like I can like ease my way into the lore. Yeah, Machop is blue, but a fighting type. Exactly, but you would be like, oh, blue water, but he's not, and then you got tricked. You got tricked. Bamboozled. I'm actually really excited because when we play Pokemon, I kind of want to play, like I said, I want to play randomized Nuzlocke, so it's going to have a bunch of gens that I'm not familiar with. And so there's going to be a lot of Pokemon that I have no idea what they are. I think that seems like a lot of fun. I like fire color science. It's pretty cool. But yeah, blue fire is a little scary. The last book you read was the Halo Encyclopedia. There's an encyclopedia for... I feel like I need that to, like, reference when I have questions. This is reference the encyclopedia. I have so many books to get through for Halo. Dratini is blue. Is Dratini not water flying? Or, like, dragon water? What is Dratini? Dratini type. Just dragon. Oh. Huh. Well, then. Look, I was doing it already. I was like, she's blue. She must be water. There's technical. Yeah, apparently there's technical. There's like encyclopedias for Halo. Oh, you're wrong about fire? You don't think fire is cool? Because has rain in its name. Mascarian. And it's literally shaped like a raindrop with wings. Oh, that's the bug, right? It's like an orange bug. Masquerain? I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, and it's not water type. I think they just like to bamboozle us sometimes. Oh, it's a not very accurate encyclopedia? Maybe not ideal then. We need an accurate encyclopedia. You like classic? Yeah, I like classic Charizard too. I'm a Charizard fan. I mean, my favorite starter of the OGs was Bulbasaur, but... Halo cosplay can be pretty cool. The problem with the Halo cosplay is you'd be in like a suit, you know, and that can get really hot at conventions. Like really heavy armor-based suits are like not ideal for cosplay. I mean, they look super cool. Don't get me wrong, they look super cool. But like if you're at a convention with a lot of people, like mobility will be a little bit harder, and then also like it'll just be a warmer cosplay. I tend to like lighter cosplays just because. Lighter cosplays with, like, fun, big props, you know? So you can still, like, have the fun and, like, make something kind of cool, but you won't be, like, super hot. Nothing beats life-size Space Marine cosplays. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, if you do, like, lore-accurate size for the Spartans and for the aliens or any of that, that would be a lot to figure out. Oh, you could do Cortana. That's true. You could do Cortana for a Halo cosplay, and that wouldn't be as bad. You could just get, like, probably, like, a skin suit or something. I'm sure they have, like, Cortana skin suits. Gen 5 gave us non-water type fish, like the Tynamo. Wait, is Tynamo and Stunkfish not water type? What are they? What? Is that true? I loved catching Tynamos in Pogo. Wait, is it just electric? It's just electric. What is Stunfisk? I mean, I know the Pokemon, but what is its type? Ground? Oh, it's ground electric. That's so funny. That's diabolical of Pokemon to do that. I would never not think they were water. Oh, yeah. Definitely, like, Space Marine cosplays have to be insanely expensive. I mean, some cosplays, yeah. A lot of cosplays are very pricey. When I used to be way more... I don't have the time to, like, dedicate to cosplay anymore. But, yeah, when I was in the cosplay, I mean, I would do everything, like, pretty... I would like, hand sew everything myself. So I would usually do... I like doing cosplays that, like, had a lot of sewing involved with them in, like, the outfit. So, like, I don't know, lots of, like, skirts and capes and, like, stuff like that. I didn't really like doing armor stuff as much, and even that would get like pretty pricey. Like I'd have to, you know, sacrifice, I guess, like consistency or like, you know, being true to the source material to like not break the bank. Hunter cosplay, oh gosh. The one and only cosplay you ever did was one of the guys from Oran High School Host Club. What? That's such a good cosplay. Oran High School Host Club is so nostalgic and iconic. That's a really good cosplay. If you only had to do one cosplay, that's a really good one for sure. A Halo Veta Lopez cosplay would be sick. I don't think I know Veta Lopez. Maybe I did run into it. I don't know. That could be like in book lore. Lore accurate. I'm too short to do a Halo cosplay. It would just look silly on me, you know? It would look very not lore accurate if I did a Halo cosplay, but it would be fun. I want to do like more of an armor cosplay. I forgot I had a certain character in mind that I was like, oh, this would be really cool to cosplay. And I'm going to BlizzCon next year with some friends, so I haven't picked a character yet, but I do know I want to do a cosplay, and obviously it has to be a Blizzard character. So I don't know if I just want to like have some sort of like kind of pseudo cosplay of my character in WoW, or if I want to do an Overwatch character. I'm indecisive. You say I could cosplay a grunt? Aren't grunts like 6 feet tall or something is what y'all told me? Everyone wants me to cosplay a grunt. No, I can't. I want to cosplay something cool. Cortana was voiced by the same person who voiced Toad in Mario, and that makes me imagine a verse with him with Toad. Wait, that's hilarious. That's actually, wow. What a swap up. Yip Yap. What is Yip Yap? I just do a yapping cosplay. I could just do a cosplay of my VTuber. That would go over really well. No one would know who I am, and if randomly someone did recognize me, like the character as like me as a VTuber, they would automatically know that it's me, because who else would be cosplaying me except for me? That'd be kind of a mess. I mean, my VTuber already looks like me. VTuber and I have a lot of like similarities because I like base a lot of the design off of myself. So, I totally have cat ears, by the way, 100%. Just I just all the time. He's about your height. Yeah, do you say it could be Torbjorn? Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna do a Torbjorn. Oh, I hate Torbjorn names. They're evil. You recognize me? Oh no. Hi Fox, how are you? Would showing up with blue hair even be considered cosplay at a con? It's just fun, you know? It's just fun. I think there's no such thing as too little or too much cosplay. I think some people get really caught up on like needing to be truly authentic, and it's like, nah. As long as you're having fun. If the only thing you want to do for your character is wear the wig, that counts in my book. Or you just have a t-shirt, that looks like the character. As long as you're having fun with it, like, dude, yeah, pop off, have fun. That's all that matters. And as long as you're nice to others. That's the most important thing, being kind to others. There's a Spartan 3 in lore named Lucy B091 who didn't get a height boost during the augmentation, was 5'3". She's still taller than me! Even though she's canonically short and she's still taller than me. It hurts my pride. You head out. Good night, Gams. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I should probably head out soon too, because I've been thinking about this garlic lemon pasta for the last hour, and my brain's getting highly distracted by it. Exactly. Just do whatever's fun for you. That's all that matters. I'm glad we're all on the same page. It's all about the vibes, But just like Grim, I shall be heading out here. You see that? Stream ending. I'm very convenient. What meat and veggies go with your pasta? I might air fry some breaded chicken. As for veggies, probably zucchini. I have a big thing of zucchini because it's summer and everyone has zucchini right now. So I think that'll be my combination, But yes, I shall be heading out. No stream this weekend. We will only have stream on Monday. Yeah, we'll have stream on Monday. So Hope everyone has an absolutely fantastic weekend. You're gonna hear the dog's bark alert. Yeah, it's gonna be nonstop barking. Hope everyone has an absolutely fantastic weekend. I hope everyone has something fun planned. Stay warm with the cold weather, you know. And I will see y'all on Monday. Yeah, it was super fun. Thank you so much for hanging out. This was my first, chatting stream. I think it was pretty fun. We're not gonna do this like all the time, but maybe like once a month, just having a stream like this, just chatting and catching up I think it'd be really fun. So we'll do more of these. But you can hear me tell. I'm heading out. Good night, everyone. Hope you have a good evening. Bye.